Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call Loyum La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that preaches truth throughout the four corners of the globe, which can allow us and freedom to do so. Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Shemaiah from the GMS branch of Great Millstone. Salakia. This is the brother Shemaiah from GMS Cleveland branch. And Lord willing, once again, this be an edifying lesson. Just a walk and talk. All right. Straight to the point. Basically, man, salvation is only for the elect. All right. Salvation is only for the elect and their families. Because those are going to be the only ones to receive it. Okay. Matter of fact, let me grab this Revelation. Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written on their foreheads." Right, so those 144,000 men have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai on them. Okay, which that spirit is going to lead to those men being saved. Okay, it says verse 2, "And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thundering, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps." Verse 3, Revelation 14, verse 3, it says, "And they sung as it were a new song before the throne." And what's that song, man? It's wisdom and knowledge, this truth. Okay? The prophecy being brought out, these laws, statutes, and commandments. The dark sayings being broken down, the interpretation of these scriptures. That's the song that's being sung, which only the 144,000 have the lyrics to that song. Only the 144,000 men know how to sing that song. Okay, and the families of the elect that are predestined to be saved, they're just going to be saved through the elect. Okay, you got women and children that's of the elect as well. They're going to get saved through those men. Like if you have, let's say, the Lord ordained, your father to be of the elect, or you may be a child that's not old enough to be held accountable by the law. You may have a wife, you may have daughters, Well, they could potentially be saved through the father because the father, all right, is an elect member, a man of the Lord. So a household has a potential chance of being saved and delivered as well. Okay? But only the 144,000 men, the elect, knows that song. Okay? So it says, "And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth." Right? Because only the elect has this wisdom and knowledge. Okay, only the elect has 100% truth and doctrine whereby we must be saved, man. So with that being said, even the majority of our people that are Israelites, physically, they're going to perish and they're going to die. Why? Because they don't have this wisdom and knowledge. Okay, they don't have this truth. They don't have the understanding of the Bible. They don't have the understanding of prophecy. They don't have the spirit of the Lord dealing with them. So they're not going to know what to do in the times that's approaching, Jacob's trouble. Okay? They're not going to know how to call on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And if they do know the name of the Lord and they call upon it, guess what? They're still not going to be delivered. Hey, the Lord said what? Everyone that shall say, Lord, Lord, shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Roughly paraphrasing. All right? Let me grab this. Since I made that statement. This is Isaiah chapter 33. Well, matter of fact, let me grab this first. Because I made the statement that 2/3, the majority of our people, they're going to die too because they don't have this wisdom and knowledge. This wisdom and knowledge is what's going to save you, man. All right? In the day of Jacob's trouble, in the day of World War III, you know, this truth is what's going to save you. This wisdom and knowledge. You know, your faith in this ministry, so your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is what's going to save you. And our people don't have faith in the Lord. They don't have the understanding of the doctrine. They don't have the work to show their faith. So therefore, 2/3 of our people are going to die and perish. So like, I don't know why. In Zechariah chapter 13, start at verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, in all the land, saith the Lord, and this is talking about the land of America, in all the land of America, all right? And in all, it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. All right, and that 2 parts is speaking of a percentage of the nation of Israel. 66%, which is the majority of people within the nation of Israel. All right, 2/3, okay, are going to be cut off from their heritage, right? And they're going to die. They're going to die, man. It says, but the 1/3 shall be left therein. And that 1/3 is that remnant, that 1/3, okay? The 144,000 men that's going to be saved. That's the 1/3, the elect that's going to remain. They're going to be left. But 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to die, and they're going to be cut off. All right, they're going to be cut off from the nation of Israel, and they're going to die. They're going to die like heathens, okay? They're going to die like these Edomites, die like these Moabites, die like these Elamites, and die like Ishmaelites, okay? But the elect is going to be left therein to be delivered, all right? It says, verse 9, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. All right, and the Lord said he's going to bring the 3rd part through the fire. That fire is a representation of adversity. All right, that fire is a representation of hard affliction, a level of difficulty, okay, which the Lord is going to bring his elect through the fire, okay? To be brought through something means what? You're going to make it out, okay? When you're brought through something, that means you made it out. So the Lord is going to cause his elect men to make it out that fire. It says, and will refine them as silver is refined. Okay, so the Lord is going to purify his elect men as well, because, you know, all of us here on earth, man, we all fall short of glory of the Most High. We all got, what's the word? Infirmities. You know what I'm saying? None of us are perfect in this flesh because we're in the flesh. We all go off, we still sin. So we got to be purified, man. All right? Lord willing, we be of the elect. But even the elect has to be purified. Okay? To be presented what? Unblameable. To be presented holy. So when Yahweh Shah come back, they can be redeemed. They can be perfect. You know? Presented blameless. Okay? So that we could be ready and prepared and accepted for Yahweh Shah to redeem us for salvation. Okay? We have to be tried. We have to be tried to prove our faith. We have to be proven. Okay? And we have to be purified through sufferings, through temptations, through tests. Okay? It says, and we'll try them as gold is tried to see if, because when you put gold through the fire, you want to see if the gold is real. The Lord is putting us through the fire to see if we're real, man. Okay? To prove us to the world that we are the real children of Israel, man. Okay? So it says, they shall call on my name and I will hear them. I will say it is my people, and they shall say the Lord is my power. Okay, so the Lord is going to be what? Joined back into us, and we're going to be joined back into the Lord, starting with the deliverance of the elect. All right, which that's salvation. And that salvation consists of the elect, the 144,000 men, and the innumerable multitude spoken about in Revelation, the 7th chapter. Okay, that's who's going to be delivered from Jacob's trouble. So, grabbing this, Isaiah chapter 33, because this is what's going to get you saved, this wisdom and knowledge. All right. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And when you go in that word stability, it means faith. All right. So wisdom is what? Applying the knowledge of the Bible. Okay. When you apply the knowledge of the Bible, that's wisdom. Okay. You applying the laws to the best of your ability, the virtues, the proverbs. Okay. That's taught within these scriptures. When you apply it, that becomes wisdom. Okay? And the scriptures say wisdom shall not enter into a malicious soul. And these niggas is malicious, man. 2/3 of our people malicious. These other heathen nations, they're malicious. That's the reason why the Lord not dealing with 2/3 of our people. That's the reason why the Lord not dealing with these other nations. He's dealing directly with his elect men. All right, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. So it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. So that's what's going to keep us stable in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? The time of chaos, calamity, all out hell. These scriptures was going to keep you stable. These prophecies was going to keep you stable. You know? The testimony of our forefathers, that's what's going to keep you comforted. The comforter. This word is a comforter, man. That's what's going to keep you stable in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right? That's what's going to keep you hopeful. It's going to boost up your faith. You know? So it says, and strength of salvation. So it's also gives you more strength to be saved. It says the strength of salvation. So it gives you more strength to be saved. That's even better, man. All right? This wisdom and knowledge giving you strength to be saved. It says, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. And that's because the beginning of wisdom and knowledge is the fear of the Lord. You reverencing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, to follow his word, following his commandment, following the thing which he delights in. All right. So guess what? Only the elect have obtained this wisdom and knowledge that's going to keep us stable in the time of the Jacob's trouble. Only the elect have obtained this wisdom and knowledge to give us strength of salvation. Okay? Only the elect have obtained that fear of the Lord that we should treasure in. Only the elect. Okay? Not 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and definitely not these heathen nations. Just I'm gonna close out with this. And this right here, man, is just the cherry on top. Okay? This is the icing on the cake right here. Jeremiah 3:23. It says, Jeremiah 3:23, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Now, when you go into that word hills or mountains, it really means a kingdom or a government. But in this scripture, it's talking about the kingdom and governments of these heathen nations. All right, these Gentiles, all the other nations outside of the nation of Israel, those who are the physical Gentiles. Okay, Edomites, Elamites, Hamites, Canaanites, Cushites, and the rest of these heathen nations out there. Ammonites, Ishmaelites, if I haven't said that one already. Those are the Gentiles, all right? It's talking about you nations, all right? It says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. So it's vanity. It's no point for you hoping in salvation, because you other nations were not created to be saved and delivered. You other nations were not created to be a special and chosen people to be accepted by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his son Yahushai. Yahushai didn't die for the whole world. He didn't die for, the Gentile nations. He only died for the nation of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So it's vanity for the rest of you Gentiles to be hoping in salvation. Okay? You're not going to be saved. You're not the people. You're not the people of the Most High. You're not the people of God, man. It says, truly in the Lord our power is the salvation of Israel. See, salvation is for Israel. Okay? And then the thing is, the stumbling block is salvation not even for the whole nation of Israel. The majority of the nation of Israel is going to be put to death. Only a small remnant of Israel is going to be saved. So how much more for a nation that's not even of Israel? All right. So with that being said, man, salvation is literally for the elect, because the Lord have given his elect the wisdom and knowledge, all right, of this heritage and the faith to believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and the fear, all right, of the Lord to obtain this wisdom and knowledge. So with that being said, call Halalim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Call Loyim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Call Loyim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushua, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushua, Brakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Aman. Shalom.